Hi and welcome to Trades of the Week with myself, Marcus de Maria, and Dennis Sahlström, where we take you what we're getting into and out of in various asset classes and our results. The results are amazing, so make sure that you stay for that. We're going to be talking today about what is happening with the layoffs that Facebook / Meta is doing. Is this a buying opportunity or not? What about the kind of boom, spat that Binance and FTX are happening at the moment, and you should see the FTX price. It is tanking. Is this a buying opportunity or not? Very, very important. So make sure that you do pay a lot of attention in this week's Trades of the Week. Now, but before that, an important announcement, because on Saturday the 19th, you can, from the comfort of your home via Zoom, join us for an entire day of training. How do we make our profits? The profits that we always show you on the Trades of the Week. Thousands of percents on the crypto market. That's right, Dennis and I, for an entire day from 10 o'clock in the morning until well in the afternoon, 4:30 plus. We're going to be showing you the 5 strategies that we use. We're going to be showing you, look, what we do in just 20 minutes a day. It really is just 20 minutes a day. So we're actually going to be going into that and showing you what it is that we do. So you can just do the same thing. So if you want these results, you've got to learn the strategies. So make sure you register. There's either a link up here or below. Make sure you learn with your family so you support each other as well. Amazing. Get in before the institutions come in crypto. This is the best time. We'll see you on Saturday the 19th. Make sure you register. All right. So let's get on now with Trades of the Week. So Dennis, let's have a look at what is happening with the first strategy, which of course is the Buffalo.
Absolutely. All right, so let's dive into it. So the first one we have here is SEDG, Solar Technologies. We're a little bit in a loss on this one, not much to do, but if you do your research and you think this looks like a promising opportunity, you can get in at a little bit better price than we did. And looking at RE, we got stopped out at break even. So that's why it's so important to really manage your trade. So we can make sure we don't turn a winning trade into a losing trade. So we moved the stop loss and now we're paying the price by getting out of break even, a little bit in profit there to cover the fees. It's really good. But that being said, we also have Coinbase, and Coinbase has not been performing. It actually took us down and we had a 1% loss on that. That's not a moo, but a boo. It's not.
There's actually a reason for this. Fundamentally, I think Coinbase is really going to suffer, and that's because of some of the announcements that we're going to be talking about in just a moment.
Ooh, cliffhanger, absolutely. So then we also have Apple, which is Apple Hospitality, and this one the same. Now we moved the stop loss to break even. So we are now just seeing what's going to happen if the market continues lower. That could be exciting, but we are a little bit in profit on this one here. And then before we dive into the 2 new ones here we have for you today, there is a bit of an update on the market, what is happening. So looking at the jobs and, well, the market in general and the fundamentals, there are a few things that are really making the market really volatile. Number one, the Fed will stay the course. They're going to continue to raise the interest rates. That's what they say now. There were some rumors that Fed would actually pivot, which basically means that they would go, okay, we cannot do this to the economy anymore. Let's go back to print more money, which some people say will be the inevitable happening here. But
I don't think that's going to happen, Dennis. I think they're going to carry on raising interest rates, but what is likely to happen is that they're going to slow down the way that they're going to do it. So instead of having 75 base points, which they've been using, next time might be 50, the one after that might maybe be another 50, and then maybe a 25, etc. That's what I think is going to happen. But they're not going to stop.
No, I agree. Yeah, I do agree with you. There were rumors about it just because of the inflation and everything. But yeah, I agree with you. I think it's going to continue as well. But one piece of news that came out and really made sure that the market actually shot higher. We are looking at the Dow Jones, the 30 biggest companies here. And last week, we actually got quite a big rally in the market. Well, to the end of October. And then the first week now in November, it went down a bit, and now it's going up again. So what happened was that we got the news about the jobless claims, and actually the economy generated 261 1,000 new jobs in US compared to the forecasted 200,000. So that was really positive as well. So it's so interesting. We get some positive news here, some negative news here, which is where we get the market where that is created. So we have a mixed week, which is why we do want to be hedged. And for that purpose, we want to add one downward trending opportunity and one upward trending opportunity.
All right, let's have a look. What do we got?
So the first one we have was after earnings, DFIN, Donnelley Financial Solutions, looks interesting at a support line, 3 bounces. We have these nice green candles. So I think this could be an interesting one to put a long opportunity on. And we have a nice reward risk ratio as well.
Okay, very good. And the short?
And the short is this one. It's DLX, Deluxe Corporation. It does not look that deluxe, if you ask me. And instead, it's actually in a downward trend. And we do have maybe some kind of reversal candle. We'll see. But we have a stop order below that and a good reward risk ratio on that as well.
Okay, very, very good. Actually, just the other day, I was thinking about what are all the luxury retailers? How are they going to be suffering over the next few years as we are, some people say, going into recession, some people saying, we're already in a recession, whether that's something to look at, maybe shorting some of those. Okay, very, very good. So shall we turn to the crypto market? Lots going on in the crypto market, Dennis?
I think so. I do absolutely think so. I think it's very exciting what's happening. It's a roller coaster in the crypto market as well. Just a few days ago, we thought, okay, it looks very bullish. I think we're going to continue up with Bitcoin, going up, touching the 22,500 to potentially go higher. But out of the blue, news shot out about Binance starting to fight FTX a little bit. And FTX, for some reason, have announced that they have not announced, but there's rumors that they are actually close to bankruptcy, which I found very strange since they've been investing billions into startups and other companies. So what do you say, Marcus? What do you think will happen to them?
So this is interesting. So this all came from some leaked reports about the firm's balance sheets, which basically showed that they are not as strong as people maybe thought. They're out on a buying spree, looking to buy up, the Celsiuses of this world and the Voyagers of this world, which some people obviously thought was a good thing. It's like, they are saving a lot of these companies and maybe some of the investors as well. But then when this came out, and I tell you what triggered it, it's the Binance CEO, CZ, who we actually saw on stage very, very close. I could almost touch him, which was really, really cool. I'd love to talk about that just a little bit, if we have the time later, about the Web Summit where we went. And he basically said, due to recent revelations that have come to light, we are going to be selling off our FTX holding. The ticker, of course, FTT. And that's why they just massively came down. I mean, it's been quite brutal. Really, well, there you go. I mean, that is brutal. Yeah. And there was some support there at around the 23 mark, but it's just gone way below that. Yeah, 22.5.
Yeah, it has for now, right? So currently we're not adding to this position. What we're waiting for just for this market to stabilize. And like Marcus said, we even listened to at the Web Summit to I think what was the name? As Wu was her
Cathie.
last name, but one of the events. Yeah, exactly. And she was one of the big fund managers at FTX with, managing billions of dollars. And she, of course, did not mention any of this. So it's very surprising. But now we're just waiting for the dust to settle to see what's really happening. And before we take another position here, as it goes down another 10% for us to enter with our small cap and CCA strategy. But yeah, that being said, market is definitely in a roller coaster at the moment. And speaking about that, what's really interesting is the bigger picture, I think, as usual. So I always want to touch upon that. We're in to 6 entries, down to 70% on Bitcoin. But just to zoom out a little bit to show you that the chart is, well, I mean, this looks very exciting, of course, but we have seen, let's have a look at this. We have seen this happen before. Just to let you know that we've seen Bitcoin go up, down, right? It usually falls between 74 and 84% in these bear markets. And currently we are down roughly 74% or so, or 70%. Now, one thing at the Web Summit as well, we actually had the privilege to watch Cathie Wood, the fund manager of ARK Investments, and she actually said that they predict with their research, with all the adoption that is happening in the world, Fidelity entering, Coinbase making partnerships with BlackRock and Meta. I mean, they're all going into cryptos, and Google are accepting crypto payments now. It's all happening. And with that adoption that is happening, she predicts, and with her fund, that Bitcoin will reach 1 million per Bitcoin by 2030. So even though we have these downward trends in the markets, it's natural, it's part of the cycle. But
I think it's so difficult, right? Like when you see it like this, and you have pain because you're down in your position, it is difficult to imagine something like Bitcoin, which is at around, $19,000, going up to 1 million. It is, but as Dennis just showed you that chart, it's happened again and again and again and again. So don't panic, but also don't put all your money in either. It's this fine balance. It really is. And, as the famous saying is, other people panic, that's when you must get greedy. But the one that I like is the one that says, you've got to buy when there's blood in the streets, ... even when the blood is yours. And that's easier said than done, Dennis. It's easier said than done. But that's why it's so important that you subscribe to this channel, to make sure that we've always got your back. Okay, very, very important indeed. Now, you mentioned Fidelity, so let's jump onto that. Fidelity, of course, one of the largest asset managers in the world. They've got around 10 trillion, which is absolutely incredible. Fidelity adds Ethereum to its institutional trading. Not only that, it's announced that it's boosting its crypto headcount to 25%. And this thing will not stay in my ear, but we will continue. But also, it is it's partnering up with Charles Schwab and Citadel Securities. Why? Because they're going to launch an exchange called EDX Markets. So it is all happening at the moment. I got to tell you, the big institutions are coming in. And as my mentor said back in 2018, when they do, a flood of money will come in, which will make 2017, when Bitcoin went from 1,000 to 20,000, so 20 times your money, will make that look tiny in comparison when this flood of money comes in. It's just a matter of time. So, yes, anything more to add on cryptos?
No, it's just that. We remember when we invested in 2017 back here, right? 18, 19, and we thought, well, Bitcoin is made go to zero now, right? Because it just kept falling down. But when we see this adoption that is happening, I mean, the market is...
You need to zoom in, Dennis, because I think what's really important, zoom in there a little bit, because, and maybe, exactly. So now you see it. So does this look... Oh, hello, it was there. Does this look similar? Right, look at that, down 83%. Does this feel now? Can you see? That's where we were in back in 2018, 2019. And I tell you, it was tough, but we kept going. We knew the strategy, we did our research, we knew what was happening in the market, and a lot of people don't. So when we look at today, and let's have a look at it again, I think it's probably down even, maybe not even as much as that yet, right? Only 71% only. It happens again and again and again and again and again.
Yeah.
But you got to look at, listen, remember, price does not equal value. I say that again, price does not equal a value. So just because the price is falling right now, it's a natural cycle, and so therefore keep with us. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, and make sure that you keep getting that information. Okay, very good. Anything else?
So the last thing would just be that we are looking at an average into our positions, of course, according to the strategy. But now we're just waiting a little bit to see, to let the dust settle. But we believe these are amazing buying opportunities. So look over your portfolio, and so much is happening. XRP is looking to win the case against SEC. We met a lot at the conference. We met Hedera Hashgraph. We met Filecoin, and we met a lot of these companies, right? And they are building so much.
Absolutely. Polygon-matic, absolutely fantastic.
Polkadot.
Yeah.
Even the graph, but they're all building so much. They are not resting 1 second. We listened to Charles Hoskinson, the co-founder of Ethereum, and founder of Cardano, and they're all building. They think it's amazing what's happening. And like Marcus said, that price does not equal value. So we are very bullish and positive on the market.
And now is what an amazing time to do your research and enter the market. What an amazing time. People are always like, no, I think I'm going to wait till it goes back up. Really? Why would you want to buy at 68,000 when you can get it at around 19 or 20,000? So, but that's it. That's about learning. That's about I've been doing this for 23 years now, and crypto's 5 years. So, but that's why, make sure, they say that learning from your own mistake, that's one thing, but learning from other people's mistakes and what other people are doing is what is even better. Okay, so shall we move to stocks, or have we got anything else on cryptos?
No, I think so. Let's move on. I think the message has been delivered and hopefully received. So let's jump into stocks. There's not much to mention. Well, we could jump into Meta briefly.
Yeah.
Just to say that Meta and we think a lot of these tech companies are laying off staff. So I mean, they have 84,000 or so at Meta, right, or Facebook, and they're looking to lay off a big percentage of those just to save costs, because there's been so much growth happening over the last years, and now they need to cut costs, and they might be the first one, and many other companies might follow suit. Elon Musk, who's now taken over Twitter, they're looking to lay off half the workforce as well. So we'll see what happens, but that's of course good for the company usually, because what happens is that they of course save money and they will become more profitable. So
that's an ugly chart, man. That is an ugly chart, I have to tell you.
It is. And it's down. We are in one more time here. It's down 70%. So we're getting in again, right? It's a long-term strategy.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's one.
Yeah, the fundamentals, obviously, things are happening because of the market. They're less profitable than they were before, etc. But that's got to do with the current environment. So when you're investing, we always say months to years. We've always done it for months. We've never had to do years. Well, now with the bear market, it is going to take a little bit longer. But when you have a strategy, that's fine. It's absolutely fine. Okay. Oh, and by the way, talking of strategies, obviously you can learn those strategies on Saturday the 19th. So do make sure it's going to be a whole day of training with myself and Dennis. We're going to be teaching you the strategies that we actually use to get these results. I'm going to show you the results in just a moment. But do we have anything more to show? Do we have maybe a new VCA opportunity?
We do, but the first one is Microsoft. We're just adding another entry here, down 35%, which I think is very rare that Microsoft goes down that much. So comment below as well. Are you getting into these as well? That would be interesting to just hear your opinion as well. And
this is what is called contrarian investing. Maybe you've heard that. Instead of going with the trend, you go against the trend in order to get a much better price. Because I think you'll agree, this one here is Caterpillar, but it's much better buying at where we bought down at $175 rather than most people buying at $230. So, and then this is what happens, right? You buy at minus 24, it goes up, you make 20% and even 25%, as we did here with Cat. And I think we're probably out now.
We're not out yet. We have the stop loss here at the 25% plus. That's really good.
Oh, wow. It almost hit that 20% and then it shot back up. Yeah, and so we can raise that stop loss, which we've done, and soon maybe even raise it again. Yeah,
let's hopefully we can do that. And same goes for Google, down 32%, even more for its all-time high, so that we're adding into that as well. Really good positions. And the one we're looking at this week is Ecolab, down 24%, and a lot more from the all-time high, but from the local high, 24%. And they are a company that provides solutions that increases the food safety and product quality. And the reason we look at this is because it's one of the market leaders, and they're actually repurchasing 10 million of their own shares. That's one thing. And not only that, they also have increased revenues throughout COVID, but just continued to increase the revenue until now. So they're doing really, really well. So even though it's down, we think they have a bright future ahead and that we will make 20% on this. So this is one that we're getting into as well.
Yeah, I think so, because one of the ways of saying thank you to shareholders and rewarding them is through dividends. That was for years and years and years people were doing it. Over the last 10 to 15 years, a very common or increasingly common thing to do is for the company just to buy back shares. Obviously, if somebody, including the company, buys back shares, that allows the price to go up, and therefore that thanks and rewards the shareholders just in a different way. So that's interesting, very, very interesting indeed. So let's see how that one pans out. So shall we have a look now at the results?
I think so. We're due. And I mean, it's not too exciting. With the Buffalo, we're down 1% on Coinbase. That's a boo. But that being said, VCA is still up 1,096% on the money invested, not on the portfolio, but on the money invested. The same
Correct.
with CCA and small cap. And that being said, we are still in a losing position at the moment because we've averaged in on both VCA and CCA and small cap, which is part of the strategy. And there will be a time to reap the rewards as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you want to get these kind of results, a couple of things for you to do. Make sure that you are there. Dedicate some time to learn a strategy that I basically have been using for almost 23 years and that I've adapted to the crypto market. As you can see from the results, working extremely well. Remember to register for the 19th, Saturday the 19th, and I'm sure you'll see a link either there or down below. So make sure you don't miss out on that. Make sure your family's there as well so you can support each other. Okay, so that's the next thing to do for you. Go ahead and do that right now. Don't miss out on these. These strategies work. Okay, it's a whole day of training from 10 o'clock until 4:30 with myself and Dennis. Okay, very, very good. And obviously that's over Zoom, so you can do it from the comfort of your own home. Make sure you do also subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on what we're getting in and out of. And if you like this video, make sure you give us a like as well. We'd be very, very grateful. And we look forward to seeing you on the next Trades of the Week.